Good evening, my YouTube friends. It's Margaret again, and those dendrobium flowers are now finished. We've had them for about a week, I think, and they're very short-lived. But we have to say goodbye until next time, and we just have to thank her for the beautiful display she's adorned us with. And it's been one of those days today where I've cleared the pots out. You remember the King Yanums were in, and I've cleaned that pot, and we've had a very busy day, Keith and I. Keith's been out in the garden and just doing garden maintenance and getting ready for spring. At the weekend we set the daily tubias, and we've put some potatoes, just a few. We don't normally bother with potatoes, but there's something about new potatoes where you can just go and harvest them and then bob them in the pan of water, and then you've got them for tea. So I'm just going through the shelving with the different orchids, and these are of course the cattleyas, and I've been checking them all today, and you'll see a humidity here of 76, and it's 21 degrees. I've just turned the humidifier off, and I've just turned the fan off. So if we just go up here, you'll see that big white fowl there sending that secondary spike out. So everything has been watered and fed. The Alcoglossum there, and if I just gently pan you round, that of course is a humidifier. You've seen the Phalaenopsis up there, that's still continuing to bloom. That's the Coleogeny. And this is the big Miltassia. This is the Aspasia, and the Aspasia has got another sheath. Now it did have a sheath here last year, see, and it did nothing. That's the centre of that sheath, and it sent another sheath out here, and there's a little something in there, but I don't think that's going to amount to anything. She still keeps growing. She's got lovely roots, she's got new growths, and she's in that tray. This of course is the little Dendrobium Williamsii, and let's just take you around here. These are of course the two bulbophyllums, and they've both now got new growths. Little Phalaenopsis, that's pink, and Luke's purple, and that is of course the big fowls, and that was the one of the three sisters that was very badly damaged, and I'm not sure whether it's this one. Let's bring her out and just see whether. Of course she's got this aerial root here, and I did check these today, so let's just have a look. She has got new roots, let me put her down because I don't want her to slip out of my hands. And I decided on this one today that she didn't actually need, oops, I have to be careful because she's quite big. She didn't actually need a top-up of water. As you can see, she's got green roots, so I decided to not introduce any water today. I'll just keep my eye on her maybe tomorrow. Let's put it back on this shelf. Let's have a look at this one. This is the original one, and I don't think I've actually introduced any water for this one today. We've had a terrible day today. It's rained all day long, and it's given a cold night tonight. So the Simbids have been out in the rain, and now we've had to bring them in because it's given it going down to 0 or 1 degree tonight, but it will feel like -4. So now I've not put any water in that today. She's got those lovely roots that have hydrated, and I'll have a look at that one at the weekend. So let's just take you over to this little table, and we've 2 Phragmipediums here. And what I've done today is just give their leaves a little wipe over, just with a J-cloth, nothing else. And they're fine. Now this little terrarium, that is the tropical pointer there, and you'll see I've got that little Paphiopedilum there. Now, if you went back on my earlier videos, this was quite a decent one, and of course I think I've really now understood the concept of watering and completely drowning a plant, especially Paphiopedilums. And but I've put her in this one here, and whether she'll ever recover, I don't know. She has got the sign of a little root coming. She's rootless. There's nothing there, but I'm just giving her a chance. And I mean, I would never have thought that this little Cattleya here that had the let's have a look. Put that there. You know, that had the spider mite on that leaf, and then there was that one there. And they're both the same, but that one now is showing a new growth, so this one will stay in here because it just the humidity, she likes the humidity. And I've just generally moved things about. I'm waiting for the delivery of the dendrobiums from Germany, and they've left Germany now, and they're on the journey, on their crossing now over to England. So it'll be sometime Friday. I don't think it'll be tomorrow, it'll probably be Friday. And these are some of the little African violet leaves. Look at that one, that's got nice little babies coming, and that's Max Glacial Grape. These are the other ones. That isn't, that's a little cactus. But they're all coming along now. I've watered these today. Keeping my fingers crossed. Bear with me a minute while I just pan across. And there we go. There's the oscillating fan. These are the Phragmipediums, and these are the leaves wiped today, and of course that's that leaf that's just going over. This one's got a new leaf here, and the one at the back's doing fine. And you might notice here at the back there's another little terrarium, and that my daughter gave me that. I forgot I'd got it. It was down here on the bottom shelf, and I thought, oh, I'll make use of that. So I cleaned it up, and I put the other 3 that were in the cake stand, and I moved them there. So I'm just going to go down on one knee now. And the reason I'm going down on one knee, it's just easy. I've not got the seat up. And let's bring this one over here. Don't know whether it's better in this light. So This is my other Pathio Pedlum. And you'll see she's got 2 or 3 leaves that are going over. This is the one that I've just managed to save, I think. And which one is it now? She's got a new leaf. Where are you? Is it there? I'm not sure. Oh, it might be that one. A new leaf developing. And I've wiped her leaves today. She was quite dusty. And I've not introduced any water yet. But she has really perked up. I was a little bit worried, thinking she might not survive with not having hardly any roots. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed, because the medium she's in, and if I water her this weekend, she's in this little hyacinth. There we go, sorry about that. She's in this little hyacinth vase, and she's got water at the bottom, so there is humidity getting through to those roots. And that's the no ID little dendrobium that I mounted, and she's got all those cakeys. Oh, let's go down onto the bottom shelf. This is that little oncidium that was given to me from somebody at work, and there's not a lot of response yet, but I think, you know, she's better than she was, let's put it that way. And then of course we've got the big fells at the back. And oh, let's pull this one up. And let's pull this one up. And these are of course the 2 Coelogeny fimbriatas. And they're doing quite well actually. I'm rather pleased that I decided to give them another chance. Let's put that one on one side. And this is the other little one. So they've been watered. And keeping my fingers crossed now. And that one just sits down there. And at the back of this shelf you can see there, that's the Pleurothallus restropoides. They have been in the back bedroom, which faces north, but I bring them in here because the humidity throughout the afternoon and evening is quite high in this room, and I like them to get the humidity, and then during the evening they go on this windowsill here, and then in the morning I usually move them back into the back bedroom, which faces north. And let's just take you up well, I'll go across this level first. These are just various Phalaenopsis, which I've wiped all the leaves down. And that one's had a water. And that's that big African violet, the one I got for 50p all that while ago. You can see the damage on those leaves. It didn't fare well with spraying, but never mind, it hasn't actually died on me. And I've got the 3 little terracotta pots downstairs that came off her. So let me just ease myself up a bit and just give you a quick pan here. So those are the Conganums, and thank goodness that I discovered in time when I washed the container out today, that reservoir at the bottom, the piece of plastic came out, and there's about 1.25 inches at the bottom. Now that 1.25 inches had got roots underneath, and so basically, so when that I introduced water into that, the bottom roots were completely submerged in water, and no wonder they were starting to get distressed. And but now, keeping my fingers crossed that all these Kingianums will go from strength to strength. Let me just have a look at that one. Yeah, they're all fine. I mean, this last 12 months, I've learnt a lot in these last 12 months. People wonder how I've managed to have the patience. And I've had the patience because I'm one of those people that needs to know why. And if something isn't working, then I need to know why. And to see whether or not I can resolve whatever the problem is. And that brings with it patience, because, you know, orchids can only let you know if they're not good by either the leaves or the roots. And it took me a while with this little Phalaenopsis parishii. You can see with those 2 original leaves and those 3 little tiny leaves, but I think she's going to be all right there now. And it's the same with this Angraecum. Actually, I've lost her. Oh, you know, for a minute then I thought I'd lost a label. And there we go. And if you've been with me, a subscriber, for a while, that you know that this poor Angraecum has been dizzy. And she's just lost a leaf, and there's just this little damage on this leaf now, but we've got a new leaf coming out there. I treat her now like not actually a Vanda, but she does get more hydration now, and she's locked into this vase here. She's absolutely locked in there. That wouldn't move. And we might be having here the signs of that root developing, and also somewhere around here. If you bear with me a minute, because I don't want to. Where is it? I've lost wherever it is. It's somewhere along here. Might be that one. Or it might be one round the other side, and it's actually showing green. So I'm just hoping that might mean she's going to give me a root out of that area. And I don't know why this particular leaf turned that way. I've wiped the leaves today, and they seem to want to go in their own direction. But I'm very pleased with this one, because, like I say, I didn't think she'd forgive me, and but she has done, and she's settling down now. And because she's in this kind of media, okay, there is a little bit of orchiata bark left on some of the roots, which I haven't taken off, but she's in that pot now, and she really doesn't need to be disturbed anymore. And of course that's the Sedera japonica, which I was showing you. And this is the other Phalaenopsis, and that's got the tiniest little leaf trying to come through there. And that one at the back that I remounted, that's the Coleogyne, and it's got that pseudobulb that's dying back, so by the weekend I'll just have to cut that and put some cinnamon on that. And this is some of the phals that have mounted, and this is that's the one from work, and I've checked her roots this afternoon and just taken a couple of bad ones, but to all intents and purposes, she's got quite a good root system. This one's coming along fine. This was one from last year, and of course that was damaged there. That was cold damage. And if we go up to the top row now, this one's here. This is, I'm being attacked by that Miltassia behind me. This one's this orchid. Now it's just having a drink at the moment, and this one has bloomed for me. I had a first blooming, which but she's not given me a second blooming yet. That's the Oncidium, which doesn't do a lot, but maybe one day she will do. This is a little Docorilla, and she's got a new root, and she's got a new needle coming there, and she just hangs here. There we go. And if we move along on the top here, of course these are the big Phragmipediums, and I've checked them Tuesday. No, sorry, it might have been Monday, and they're doing absolutely fine. And that's that one. Ed was saying about the yellowing leaves when they've that's a flower. That's been a flower there, and which has been cut off, and now that will gradually die back, allowing all the energy to go into a new growth, which is formed at the bottom of that Phragmipedium there. And I can't see a name because I'm actually stretching. Got my head back here because it's that high up. So I just thought I'd just give you an overview of the orchids, and as I say, I'm waiting for the ones to come from Germany and to see how big they're going to be. And two of them I noticed on the website, two of them now. The one that looks like a Latoria, and the Sunray, I think it's that anyway, they're no longer available, so I was really lucky just to get that order in time. And I'll just pan round now and come towards the door. So thank you for joining me. I'm exceedingly excited also because I've actually gone to 350 subscribers, and I look every day and there I've got another subscriber, and that's super exciting to me, and I love the comments. I think we all like the comments, and sometimes if it's not a comment, as long as it's a thumbs up, and everything's appreciated. So I'll bid you farewell, and as soon as the orchids come from Germany, I'll do an unboxing video. So from me to you, take care, and we'll speak again soon. Bye bye now.